and really pleased to be here at String Systems today, joined by Steve and Paul. Welcome, guys. Thanks for having me.
It's lovely to have you, as always.
Always good to see you in the office steps.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's my second time in your brand new office. How long have you been in here now?
We've been in around 8 to 9 weeks.
Yeah, just for Christmas, we made it in. That was the plan. End of the year, so we got in just for Christmas.
We did.
Good.
Monumental effort to. The plan was to be in before the year finished, and we just made it.
Just about.
A couple of days.
Skin of your teeth, really, wasn't it?
We did.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, but it's come a long way. I mean, we've got the big wall down the end with all the videos on it and everything.
All the technology's in place.
Yes.
It is. It's slowly coming together. It's piece by piece, and we keep just fine-tuning bits to get them exactly how we want them. So
yeah, that's good. And you're settling in well? Because I know it's freezing when we first came in.
It was. You move offices, and there's a few things that you can't plan on. And whilst we knew the heating was working very well, we weren't planning on how much heat might leave the building. So yeah, we've had to do a few tweaks just to get some thermals into the team so that they can not freeze.
The summer's coming, so we're good.
It's good. And the sun was out earlier.
It was. We missed it. It is sunny up north.
It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen occasionally.
Yes.
Once in my lifetime.
I keep telling my southern colleagues that, but they never
No, they don't believe us.
They never believe me.
No, it's only the first time in my lifetime I've ever seen the sunshine, but it happens. We make the most of it.
It does. Yeah, we make the most of it when it happens.
And it helps our not very living wall, of course. It's.
I know, it's so incredibly green for lack of sun.
And the fact there's no chlorophyll, it's just plastic.
Yeah.
But don't worry about that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It still works.
We
think of it as a living wall.
It does. Well, it's great to see you guys really settling in well into this new space, because you were very crammed into the old place, because you've grown so much. The team's expanded so much. I mean, in particular, we've worked together for quite some time.
Yeah, we go back a bit, don't we?
We do. And it's really been great to see how you guys have evolved as a business, which has led to you guys moving into this brand new office space. So, I mean, I suppose from my perspective, given our long-standing relationship, and Paul, you and I have worked together now for a number of years as well, is, how do you feel about your partnership with TD SYNNEX and all the things that we sort of work with you on?
I think it's been a brilliant journey, really. And as you say, it's TD SYNNEX have been by our side whilst we've grown, and you guys have been able to be part of that growth, and to some extent instrumental in that growth as well. We couldn't have done that growth without you guys. The team have enjoyed the technical training that you guys have done. As they've grown with more accreditations, we've been able to grow as a business, and that's kind of led us ultimately to this now. So yeah, it's been quite a journey, hasn't it, Paul?
Yeah, I guess to a lot of people it's kind of a transactional relationship, isn't it? It's just we just buy stuff from Dissy, but no, it's a true partnership, and it's one of those, as you've been there for us as we've grown, and at every stage of the growth. As Steve says, both from technical certifications, just experience and knowledge of what's ahead for us. So yeah, a true partnership, and it's been a pleasure so far, and lots more to come.
Oh, it's been a pleasure too. Thank you very much.
Oh, stop it, Debs.
You work with a wider team as well, don't you, within the TD SYNNEX Microsoft business unit, because Microsoft is the core of your world, which is great for us. But you work with the wider teams across all different workloads. Do you want to sort of cover off how you work with the different teams within TD?
Yeah, so we set plans 5 or so years ago to double down on Microsoft, to end-to-end Microsoft almost. Paul uses the word pure play Microsoft.
Pure play.
And across, we've been really lucky, really, because you initially have helped us instigate some of this and then introduced us to the wider team. The more recently is the likes of Ian and Maria on the BC side of things, but Dave on Azure and the technical team that back him up and so on. Yeah, we enjoyed the relationship with you guys across all the spectrum of Microsoft products that we do, really. So the focus we've got is in particular in 5 areas, and the last of which was BC. And I think arguably we saved the biggest to last almost, because it is quite a large program. But yeah, Ian, yourselves, the relationship's just blossomed, really.
It has.
I think it's quite joined up as well. I think the thing is quite often teams operate in silos, and the great thing about TD SYNNEX is that the teams are joined up. You do communicate. We do have cross-team meetings. We do get together as a wider team across all the Microsoft units. So it's very easy from our point of view as well to sort of have a very joined up set of conversations. If we're doing workshops and events and so forth, there's no that's not my bit. I don't do that bit. The whole approach from TD as well we're partners, so crack on. And it's just very easy for us to actually then address each of the different sort of teams that Steve mentioned. So again,
yeah, and I think we've probably helped you guys with that process because we've somewhat forced you guys into having to work with us across those different areas. So I think some of that has helped with the way you guys have grown in that developing those teams and so on.
Yeah, well, we've certainly evolved a lot in the 5 years nearly that I've been with TD SYNNEX. So yeah, it's been good. It's been working with you guys has been absolutely awesome. And of course, you've got Leanne as well in the mix. We can't miss out Leanne.
Yeah,
so she's your central coordinator for everything within TD SYNNEX Microsoft business unit.
Yeah, it was an interesting transition because we had yourself as account manager, and then Leanne had big shoes to fill, but she's definitely done that. I think she came knowing full well that we'd got a good close relationship, but she's definitely nailed it. And the last time she was up with us, we were able to go out for dinner and enjoy social time as well. So yeah, she's really supported as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I don't have too much of a hangover. You're right.
I don't thank any of the TD SYNNEX team for hangovers. That's
I hardly ever drink, do they?
No.
Didn't see a drop of alcohol past anyone's lips. Very civilized.
That's normally Ian's events, though, isn't it?
That's because Ian wasn't there, of course.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That's why. Yeah, that's why it was. Yeah,
that's why it was alcohol.
Lamentably quiet.
Yeah. Fabulous. And you've obviously been working a lot with Ian on the Business Central, BC as you've called it. So
yes.
How's that going?
Again, really well. It's an interesting one because Darren was with us a couple of weeks ago, where we were talking about the lead time on BC or Business Central is significantly longer. People are not going to change their ERP systems overnight. No. And Darren joked that it was almost like Ian had asked me to say that because that clearly is a message that works its way back to Darren in the office. So, but it's a longer play. And with no initial reward, Ian has put quite a lot of time and effort into us, and he knows that the long game is that if he introduces us to the right people, we can get the right training and so on. That results in us being a well-trained, well-established Business Central partner for the future. So Ian's been instrumental in introducing us to various people within Microsoft as well around BC, and that's led to wider conversations with Microsoft at higher levels from Europe to Microsoft Corp. So it's again all TD SYNNEX, and we're enjoying the journey.
Fabulous. And of course, you also heavily focused on AI. You joined our Modern Work AI Select Partner Program, which is evolving now to become much more broader than just modern work. But you joined that back in, was it June, July? I forget now. Last year when we first launched it. So how's that going for you?
It's. I think being at the forefront of what's happening, when it's happening, how it's happening. We're a small traditional reseller as we've been in the past, and we can't get access to the various people or programs or events and things that are happening without joining up with you guys. So being part of those programs within TD SYNNEX has allowed us to go to the various venues around the UK where you bring the bigger picture to us, and we're able to soak up everything that you've got to offer. So
it's great. And you shouldn't be shy about talking about the great stuff that you're doing with AI. I mean, I don't want you to give away anything for the event that you're running soon, so we'll keep lips sealed on that one. But you're doing some amazing work with AI.
It's always been there, hasn't it? But I think what changed, I think, was perhaps for us, probably for everybody, was the kind of the co-pilot for Microsoft 365 and that sudden announcement, which was probably March.
It was
a year ago.
Was
it January sometime? Yeah, 5 years ago. But it suddenly put really powerful AI in everybody's hands, and then everyone came to us and went, "What do we do with this?" So whilst it's always been part of our timeline to build out an AI practice, Microsoft Copilot Copilot for Microsoft 365 to get in the right order, kind of brought it alive and suddenly went, "What is this thing that's arrived?" It was kind of we all know what it is, ChatGPT, but turned into an enterprise level product and secure. What was interesting for us from our point of view is obviously it was new to us, it was new to everybody, but again, great support from TD SYNNEX with the sort of Patrick who joins at events.
Yes.
And we dropped him in it a few times and we started last event. He went, "Oh, there's a bit of a quiet bit at the end, Patrick. Up you get." And he grabbed his laptop and what a showman.
Cracked on with it.
He just did it. So it's AI to us is like any organisation, not just changing the way we operate as a business. It changes the proposition, the very sort of nature of the solutions that we deliver to clients. So can't share much. Got a workshop coming
Yeah,
up. There's
don't give away.
there's lots of interesting things going
The
on.
workshop's going to be a big move forward for us with it. But essentially, we Copilot is one way of using AI, but we want to find ways in which we can use AI to change business process, help business process, and solve business issues. So for us, AI is far more than just the Copilot. It's how can we find a business use for it, and that's the exciting part for us. And we know we're good at it. We know we've achieved some good stuff with it. And the events that we've got coming up will showcase that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Unleash the Azure cognitive services. That's the
Yeah, so of course AI is in the Microsoft world is so much more than
100%.
N365 Copilot or Copilot for N365, whichever the wind's blowing.
Yeah, whatever mood you're in.
Yeah, because you're doing a lot outside of that now. That's the door opener for you, but now it's going beyond that.
Yeah, and again, it's created the interest, but I think when you start to get down to the nuts and bolts solutions, especially if you're trying to make it a bit more interactive with with Power Platform, or for example, if you're creating bespoke business apps with Power Platform or in concert with Business Central, then the ability then to tap into the cognitive services, so the various sort of Azure OpenAI and the other sort of cognitive services, opens up a whole new world of possibilities about how you interact, how different different components of your application interact, how the users interact with the wider Microsoft portfolio. So it's once you start unpeeling the onion that is the AI within the Microsoft Azure stack, it's pretty exciting. We're having fun at the minute, aren't we? Probably a little bit too much fun.
Yeah.
We need to get back to business and stop messing with it a bit. But
these customers get in the way sometimes, don't they?
Occasionally customers have found uses for it as well. We've got some interesting projects. Again,
we've got some good
save
projects.
that for a future case study, but
absolutely
some cool stuff going on the AI.
Honestly, it's really great to see the journey that you guys have been on over the years that I've known you, and your time as well working with TD SYNNEX. It's just fantastic, and the way that you're opening up new opportunities in the evolving technology areas like Microsoft AI services is just phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this evolves going forward as well.
We're all curiosity ourselves, I think. It's just a matter of listening to customers. It's one of those, we don't know where we'll be in a year's time. We'd like to think we know what we'll be in a year's time. We've got a plan for where we want to be in a year's time. But ultimately, it's the customers that will tell us. And once they tell us, we talk to you guys. We come to TD SYNNEX and go, here's what we're hearing, what's on offer, what technologies are out there, who are the different BDMs that can perhaps bring answers to the table. But it's all customer-led. And now more than ever, I think that the year ahead is going to be fascinating, I think weird. I'm not sure what the word is, but looking forward to it.
I think the thing that excites me about it is it doesn't really change the way you and I have thought over the years about how we approach customers. At the end of the day, whatever the technology is that we've had available to us at the time, we've simply taken that technology, approached the customers, and then rather than we don't sell them the technology, we sell them the business solution, and we just happen to use whatever that technology is at the time to solve that solution, to bring that solution to life. And I think now more than ever, it's a really exciting time to be involved in technology to see where AI can take businesses.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Fantastic. Well, guys, look, it's always been a pleasure working with you, and it's a real pleasure to have you sat here having a chat with me today as well. Thanks so much. And look forward to seeing what the future holds.
No, thank you. And thank you for the support. Yeah.
That's all right. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Thanks, Debs.
Cheers.